video. Hello everyone and welcome to my 5th video on this channel, and as always I'm so happy to have you here. And just so you know, if you're new, this is the 3rd part in the quadratic equation series. 3 out of 3 parts, technically 4 if you count the bonus part. I promised in some previous videos that I would share what the bonus part's about in this video. So before we move on to anything else, I'd like to share what's about. This lesson is about something called the quadratic formula. I'll explain that later. And the next episode is a proof of that formula. One last thing before I share the answers to the previous questions. Of course, they're on the board. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more awesome, amazing videos like these and to never miss out. With no further ado, let's begin with the answers to our previous question. For our first question, the answers are x is equal to 5 and x is equal to -1. For our second question, the answer is just x is equal to 5. Let's move on to the lesson. As I said, our lesson is about the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is this kind of given problem / formula which you can use to calculate the value of x, value/values, if we have 3 constants a, b, and c given. And of course, I always talk about this. This is the general form of the quadratic equation. And this is just the given formula that you can use to guaranteed get the answer. I think it'll be easier when I solve some practice problems for you. Today we have 2 examples, and of course I'm going to solve them one by one. Let's start with the first example. X squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. This becomes really simple to solve once you use the quadratic formula. We have 1x squared, which is a, minus 4, which is b, and 3, which is c. Now what we have to do with the quadratic formula is plug the values in. Let me read you the first step. X is equal to 4 plus minus the square root of 16 minus 12, all divided by 2. This is done by just plugging in the values of the formula, and I just evaluated minus 4ac for you, 2a minus b and b squared. So we're just left with an equation with just numbers, the square root, the plus minus sign, and it's really easy to solve from here. After evaluating the square root part of the equation, we get 4 plus minus 2 divided by 2. Our final step is to simplify this equation even more and get our 2 independent solutions. With that final step done, our 2 solutions are x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. It's time for our second example, which of course I'll just be laying out all the steps and reading them you one by one instead of walking you through. With the entire problem solved, it's time for me to read out the steps to you. Using the quadratic formula, we get 6 plus minus the square root of 36 minus 32 all divided by 2. Our next step, we simplify the square root to 6 plus minus 2 all divided by 2. And then we evaluate both independent sides of the equation for x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4 to be our final 2 solutions. And of course, none of my videos is complete without me assigning you some practice problems to complete. Our first practice problem is x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. Our second problem is x squared minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. And our third problem is x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did in creating it, and see you next time.